This next contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, fighting out of Hamburg, PA, and weighing in at 202 pounds, valedictorian, Billy Bax!
You know, Ace, everything the ring announcer said was correct, but the one thing that really stood out to me here is not wrestling out of, not hailing from, but fighting. Fighting out of Hamburg, PA, and that's what Bax does best. He fights, he wrestles, he brawls, he does it all, and now that he's a valedictorian again, I feel that's going to work for his confidence.
Well, fighting is a perfect way to describe his style. He's cold, he's calculated, he's aggressive, and, well, he seems to have some disdain for these fans.
Definitely, but now there's a guy that might stop that disdain coming out next.
He is a former social studies teacher. Please welcome back to Delaware, Matt Striker!
Well, listen to the contrast and ovation for the two men. A very warm reception here from Matt Striker.
Of course, he's coming back to Delaware. I can't see what these fans see in him. I just don't get it, Ace.
Well, they respect him. They don't respect Billy Bax.
Well, I don't think Bax worries about the respect as Striker waves to his fans, and, you know, that's just what Striker does. Now conducting the RCP orchestra, as he calls them, I can't wait to see Bax tap dance, conduct a little dance party on Striker's face.
Well, there's no question who the fans like in this match, but you know what? Like you said, I do not think Billy Bax cares. He's worried about the W.
Now, if you see Billy Bax walking around there, some people would think that's nerves. It's not nerves. That's Bax's desire to compete, Ace. The guy wants to get in there. He wants to break somebody's arm, break somebody's leg. He wants to win the titles. He wants to, quite frankly, knock Striker down a couple pegs. Striker was on the same level as all of us, and then he went up to the WWE. And now, I think Bax is a little upset. Bax might think that Striker thinks he's better than everybody.
Well, what do you think's going on here on Striker's part? Do you think he's generally a nice guy, or do you think he's pandering to the crowd, or is he mind games to Bax? Or is it a little bit of everything?
I think it's a little bit of everything, but I think Striker is genuinely a nice guy. Do I like him? Not that much, but I do think that the crowd likes him. I think that he is a true fan and a student of this game, and I do respect that.
Of course you don't like him. He's a respectable guy who is a good role model for kids, and, you know, why would you like him?
I'm a great role model for kids. They should be looking up to me and putting bow ties on.
Please.
Striker, if you look at how big of a fan he is, I mean, you can see his wrestling tights. He has all of the different logos for all different federations and Inside Wrestling on the back.
If you look at Bax's tights, you can tell who he's a fan of.
It looks like Striker is going to give us some words here. Always very poised, very well-spoken. It's interesting to see what Striker's going to say tonight, although I don't care.
You might. Man, that felt good. Thank you so much. I love you too, man. I really do. No matter where I went around the world, my heart was always right here, and I thank you all so much. Thank you! And then there's you. I gotta be honest with you, candid. I have some stitches in my back. My doctor, Dr. Schultz, told me not to wrestle tonight. I told him I can't miss this for the world. So he told me I have to wear a protective Under Armour to protect the stuff so it doesn't get infected, and that's fine. I understand that you are now once again the valedictorian. That's right. Right? Now hang on. With that distinction comes honor, right? You've earned the fact to be called a valedictorian, have you not? No. Well, if I know you guys, and you guys know me guys, we are all about honor. We're about doing the right thing, and a lot of times that's not the easiest thing in the world to do. So I'm going to tell you what. I respect you just as much as I respect everyone in this building. I respect the fact that you are a valedictorian. You must prove to them. You must earn their respect. And I'm going to give you that opportunity tonight. I'm going to give you the opportunity to earn the respect of each and every one of these good people. Okay? I'll tell you what. Let us have a wrestling match. None of this punching and kicking and bouncing off the ropes and falling down and getting up and running around and sticking thumbs in people's eyes. Let's see what kind of man you are. And let's wrestle. Clean wrestling. The better man will win, and I promise you, they will respect you in the end. Won't you? Won't you? If you've got it in you, and you want to make them respect you, you'll put your hand out, you'll shake my hand like a man, and we'll have a clean wrestling match right here in Right Coast Pro.
Did he just say, you'll shake my hand like a man? He's questioning Bax's manner. I don't know if Stryker knows what he's getting himself into. Bax was a great collegiate wrestler. Scholarships being offered to him. Bax was a sambo expert. He did pit fighting. Stryker
We're not talking about physical in the ring. We're talking about honor. We're talking about decency. He wants to know if Bax has any of that. He doesn't care if he knows an armbar or not.
I don't know if this is going to be a gentlemanly battle or not, gentleman's agreement. I don't know if Bax is going to go for this. The only reason he might is Bax puts his hand out.
This is shocked.
Well, I don't know. Stryker, a big fan, and he looks to the fans a lot for what he should do in matches. He says the fans are the best way to gauge what the proper thing to do is because the fans always know best. Bax standing there like a gentleman with his hand out.
We're going to get a handshake here.
Wow, that's like the biggest part of this match, biggest story of the year. Bax shaking somebody else's hands. Bax has to have some respect for Stryker, being what Stryker's done in this industry. But
so a makeshift gentleman's agreement, again, not in the rules of the match, but Bax and Stryker are going to agree to a one-on-one contest with wrestling moves.
And again, I don't know if Stryker knows what he's in for. I can't believe Stryker, as a teacher, hasn't done his homework on all the success Bax has had as an amateur wrestler. And Bax also strong as an ox. He puts you in a hold. He's going to twist your arm, your leg, your ankle, your neck. He's going to twist it off like a soda pop.
Well, regardless of Bax's skill, Stryker still got Bax to agree to wrestle his type of match. That has to say something for the psyche of the first part of this match.
Definitely, Stryker is an expert at ring psyche and psychology and just getting inside people's heads. As you can see, they're both feeling each other out now. A very important part of the match. Bax backs up a little bit, but I think, look at that, little stutter step there by Bax to try and intimidate Stryker a little bit.
Both men similar in style, similar in experience.
Aggressive lockup, Ace. Look at the aggressive lockup there. I mean, he's got his hand over his face, and then Bax right to the arm. Jockeying for position here. I thought Bax had the arm, but I don't know, Ace.
It looks like we're going to get a wrist lock or arm bar. Stryker's fighting it, so I don't think he has it cinched in right away, but...
Stryker fighting it and Stryker deciding that this is a wrestling match.
Well, somebody's heckling him, so don't worry about it.
Well, maybe Stryker deserved to be heckled there, but let's move along. Well, you know what? Stryker, what is this? He's using his elbow to his palm as leverage.
We might be making up names and moves in this match.
Pushing Billy Bax down, stepping on his hands, and then boom, right back to a wrist lock.
Sosha, I know this looks simple, but tell us how it feels.
Well, it does not feel good, that's for sure. I mean, look, you see it a lot in wrestling, people twisting, turning wrists, but when Bax puts it on you, he has strength. He has a lot of strength in his hands, and it's like a vice grip, just twisting.
It twists your wrist, and it bends it away it's not supposed to go.
Simple yet effective.
Stryker's offense doesn't seem to be simple. This guy must have been studying tapes or something, stuff I've never seen before. And right back to it, and a souvenir for the fan. What right does Stryker have to throw one of Bax's belongings out to the fan? Who does he think he is?
I thought the power advantage was to Bax. I think Stryker has kind of played that game down. You saw Bax on one knee in front of him.
Yeah, well, Bax definitely does have the power here. And as you can see, back to the arm. What is Stryker doing? Why is he doing these weird things? Jumping around on one foot now?
Don't you worry, Stryker has a plan. He is inside Bax's head.
I think he's disrespecting Bax right now. That's what I think he's doing.
That's the plan. That's the game.
Oh, but right back to it. Somehow Stryker comes back on top. No hair pulling in this match, no kicking yet, no punching yet. I don't think we even had a 2 count. It's all about getting on top, making the other guy wear down and being able to just, wear them down with arm holds, leg locks, and now Bax with a nice reversal there.
I must say that of all the competition that Bax has seen, and look at Stryker using every part of the ring. But in fairness to Bax, coming from a tag team to a singles competitor is not easy, and he has done it amazingly well.
Yeah, it's not easy at all. I've had the experience in tag teams and singles. They're totally different ball games, and especially in a match like this, when you're in there with a guy like Stryker, who's been up in the WWE, he's learned from some of the best people. He's been a sponge. Oh, that'll hurt your back. That'll knock a vertebrae out. But as I was saying, Stryker learning from some of the best and bringing his knowledge down to the RCP. Now offering Bax his hand, and Bax shakes it again.
I don't get it. It's a game of one-upsmanship, and so far Stryker has had the upper hand.
You know, Bax has told me many times that it's not even about respect for him. He just wants to beat people. He wants to beat people, win titles. He likes to receive other people's respect, but he doesn't like to give it. I'm seeing Bax giving a lot of respect in this match, Ace.
Well, tell me what, Sosha. If this match was on points, you'd have to give it to Stryker. What does Bax have to do to get back in this match?
Bax is showing you right now what he has to do. Get on top, stay on top as Stryker tries to reverse, and Bax going back to his collegiate background. There's a log roll shorts to 1, 2. That was the first pin attempt, I believe, in this match.
That's right, and there's a 1 count, but you know what? It came out of nowhere.
I saw 2.
You need to check your glasses, because that was a 1 count.
I don't know. Both men standing here now. Stryker getting up. Is Stryker a little worn out, or was he just taking his time?
I don't know. Is it a lack of freshness from not being in the ring as often as he's used to?
Yeah, he went from being in the ring. And Stryker, by the way, look at this, going right back and doing the same thing almost that Bax just did to him. This is mind games. Stryker playing his mind games. And I think it's working for Bax. Bax is looking a little confused.
Back at the ropes, giving him some space.
Yeah, and of course the ref has to break it. Bax is smart, taking his time, taking the match back. As we know, wrestling like a human game of chess, and Bax an expert at that.
Stryker's been trying to dictate the pace, but Bax has been keeping up with him, and in some ways mandating how the pace goes.
I have to agree with that. And where's the ref going? What's going on here? What?
Well,
Injury?
looks like Stryker may have jammed his wrist or his finger.
No, you don't stop a match. He's stopping the match for this? I know Stryker has some stitches in his back. He has that problem. And now his thumb could be hurt, too.
Well, you know what? It surprises me. Bax, he let him go.
That's shocking.
It was his prerogative.
You know what I would have done? I would have been, boom, right on him. You got to play to win.
That's why you're not a role model.
I never claimed to be. I'm a chick magnet. I don't know if Bax is a role model either. He's shocking me in this match. You got to wonder what Bax might have up his sleeve other than his wrestling ability and just know-how.
Tell me what that feels like when you have your biceps working against your throat. Like
well, Bax's biceps has always been a lot bigger than my biceps, Ace. And I'll tell you, now you have Stryker yanking both arms back, which is causing blockage of the mouth and the nose, which is making it harder to breathe, all the while pushing on the carotid artery. So it's harder to do anything. He's lightheaded. Wow, and Bax still gets out of it and grabs an ankle lock. And Bax twists this ankle lock, and he's put me in this before. Bax has been known to twist these ankle locks so hard that he's ruined people's wrestling boots. Literally.
You know, the hardest part of wrestling someone who knows every move is that they also know every counter, and both of these men fall in that category.
You want to talk about a good counter? Stryker realizing how strong Bax is, so using his body weight to pull Bax down, and then going right back to the arm, and right down. Now this is going to tweak it Bax's shoulder. This hurts. Ace, this is a pain like you will never experience.
Every move in this match has been applied with precision and in very tight. They are on their game, both of these men.
And Bax is a guy that knows a counter to a counter to a counter to a counter, and you're seeing that right now as he goes right back to the leg, and he's going to put it in the half crab right now, and this could pop your knee out. Your knees are very sensitive, and your kneecap moves around a lot, and Bax yanking him to the center of the ring, and he's going to rock back a little bit if he wants to apply this fully, Ace.
So now Stryker cannot reach the ropes. He's going to have to come up with another counter, which is going to put more pressure on the knee.
A veteran move by Bax, too, striking him, moving him to the center of the ring. But Stryker with a veteran move of his own.
Both these men are
shoves him off.
So good.
I've never seen anything like that. He gets shoved off. You think Bax has the upper hand, and Stryker flips right back into the ankle lock. So what we see now is Stryker giving Bax another taste of his own medicine. The question is, will it work?
I'd be very surprised if Bax quits here.
Stryker back to the ankle. Look at that. Bax takes it back. These guys just one-upsmanship, as you were saying. One-upsmanship, one after another. Stryker in all kinds of pain right now as Bax drags him to the center of the ring with that veteran-like move and cranks that ankle in. I think I can hear it popping from here.
I gotta hand it to Bax. He adjusted in the middle of the match. He changed his style, and now he's keeping up with Stryker. That's a true sign of a veteran.
Look at that. But I gotta hand it to Stryker. What? Look at that, too. Gotta hand it to Stryker. And then another count. I thought he had him there.
You know what? This match might come down to whoever makes the first mistake.
Oh, or the first
It
pin.
is that close. Or the first pin? Of course, it's wrestling.
Well, this is the kind of match here, Ace. If you look where you would think it would be a tap out or some type of submission. And with these moves, the pins, 1-2, 1-2, you're only second away from losing. But Striker, right back to the pulling of the arms, the pulling of the joints, and the soul coming down on Bax's chest cavity. And back to another pin. This is what I'm saying, Ace.
These two men are 2 or 3 moves ahead of each other. If possible. I don't even know how that's possible.
I don't either, but I do know that Bax right down with a fireman's carry takes him over and then right into the pin attempt. He glides right over, but the ref right there.
Great call by the ref.
1, 2. Look at that. I thought
Shoulder blades were not fully down.
you never
Man,
know when this could end.
Bax.
You never know when this could end. I'll tell you that, Ace.
Oh, and another simple move, but how does that feel, Sasha?
Well, he's dragging him to the center. Again, Striker, I don't know if you learned that from Baxter. That's another veteran move. But I can tell you, when you were in this move, you have the leg strength clutching onto your ribs, which is hurting your ribs, and then going for the pin 2 out of it, you're losing your breath. You know, Striker having an opportunity to rest as he clutches Bax's ribs in, and Bax gets short of breath, and it's going to be another pin attempt. So now you're having a submission and a pin attempt. You don't see this often.
That's
you go
the
from
type
one
of
to
move
another.
where every time you gasp for air, it hurts.
Yes, it starts to constrict you, almost like a boa constrictor. Oh, and he's going to roll with him. This making Bax dizzy. The ref doesn't know whether to count or wind his watch. 1, 2, 3. I thought that could be it.
And it's not enough for them to have to try to figure out how to go on the fly here. Now they're going to be dizzy.
Yeah, they're going to be really dizzy. And on top, 1. Oh, the ref's out of place there.
He was in perfect position. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is like, you don't know when this is going to end. Back and forth. Back and forth. I don't know how they're...
Another 2 count.
I don't know how they're mustering his strength up. These guys, look at it. Bax is obviously tired. The ref is even tired.
All
Striker's
3
laid
men
out.
down, trying to get their bearings, come back from the small package sequence, come back from the twist.
It could be just to figure out whoever gets up first now. Whoever gets up first now could honestly take this match. I'm just shocked that Billy Bax
What a match.
has been so on the up and up. Billy Bax sticking to the rest. Oh, no, he's
come
not.
on.
That kick to the face.
Not like that.
Smart move. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you
Smart
gotta be
move
kidding
by
me.
Billy Bax.
Are you kidding me?
Smart move by Billy Bax, I say.
What happened to the handshake?
What about the handshake?
They had a gentleman's agreement.
You said it yourself, Ace. A gentleman's agreement.
Yeah, but
That won't hold up in court. Bax is your winner.
That's uncalled for. A thumb to the eye.
Yeah, thumb to the eye. I don't
He's
even...
better than
Did he
that.
hit him with a thumb to the eye? I didn't see that.
Oh, you're right here. You saw it as clear as I did.
I think my monitor went out. Let's watch his back celebrate
And
this.
the fans are letting them hear it too, like they should.
Oh, hard-fought victory by Billy
ridiculous.
Bax. And I think that Bax has a long way to go yet in the RCP. Bax leaving the ring. He got his victory. He's headed home. He's going home. He's going to the pay window. He's out of here, Billy Bax.
exactly.
As strike. Oh, Bax is talking. Well, we're going to be treated to the valedictorian talking. This is the valedictorian that the RCP has to see. This is the valedictorian that I think I want to see because it's aggression. As Bax puts on his hat. Sure, Bax, go ahead and celebrate.
Just got schooled. Class dismissed.
And the graduation is complete. Oh, no
good.
reason for that.
Good. He deserved that.
No reason for
He's
that,
getting
Ace.
exactly what he deserved.
The bell has sounded. Bax won the match, and Striker hits him right in the mush with a face. Right in the face, I should say. I'm so upset I can't even figure out what's going on. Why would he do that? Hits him right in the face with a kick, and then puts his hat on that insult to injury. Now he's calling for the
deserves
mic.
every bit of it.
Now he's going to speak.
No, my cheating friend. You just got schooled. Class dismissed.
Sure, class dismissed. He should be fined. This is it. That's terrible what Striker just did. Now he's going to throw. That's not even his property to throw it up in the air like that. I'll tell you, this match, Striker Ace, he's got me shaking my head. Left a bad taste in my mouth here tonight.
Striker, what about Billy Bax? That thumb to the eye, that's a dark smear on what could have been a technical masterpiece.
Yeah, well, if he can put a dark smear on that technical masterpiece, you just think for a second what Billy Bax can do to the RCP locker room.